It is 10:46 p.m. on a rainy Sunday in October. You are 34 years old, earning the highest salary of your life, $82,000 a year. But after checking every account you own, your total net worth is only $6,700. You open a retirement calculator and enter your information. The result makes your stomach drop. If you had started investing 9 years earlier, you could have reached your goal with a much smaller monthly contribution. But you didn't start at 25. You were paying student loans, repairing an unreliable car, and learning how quickly a paycheck could disappear. You cannot recover those years, but you finally understand something important. Regretting the past will not fund your future. You have more income now, better judgment, and fewer financial mistakes than your younger self. Your advantage is no longer time. Your advantage is the amount of money you can invest today. Before closing the calculator, you ask yourself, if I keep waiting because I'm behind, where will I be at 44? That question changes everything. The following morning, you open a retirement account and a separate investment account. You transfer your first $550. It does not feel impressive, but it is the first time part of your paycheck has been assigned to your future before anything else can claim it. You choose a diversified, low-cost index fund instead of trying to select individual winning stocks. Then you schedule an automatic transfer for every payday. Your starting target is 20% of your take-home pay. To create room, you review the previous 3 months of spending. You cancel $63 in forgotten subscriptions, change your phone plan, and compare insurance rates. Together, those changes recover $171 every month. You direct the entire amount toward investing. Your system is simple. Build a separate emergency fund, invest automatically on payday, use diversified low-cost funds, increase contributions whenever your income rises, and stop checking the market every morning. For the first time, your financial plan does not depend on motivation. It happens automatically. At 36, you accept a new position paying $98,500 a year. Your first instinct is to replace your car. Several coworkers tell you that you have earned an upgrade. You even test drive a vehicle with a $740 monthly payment. But before signing, you calculate the real cost. The payment, insurance increase, registration, and interest would consume nearly $11,000 every year. You leave the dealership in your old car. When your first larger paycheck arrives, you increase your automatic investment from $550 per month to $1,250 per month. Half of every future raise will also go directly toward investing. You still improve your life, but carefully. You take a modest vacation, replace your failing laptop, and move into a slightly better apartment. The difference is that you do not turn the entire raise into permanent monthly bills. By the end of the year, your net worth reached $48,000. Nobody looking at your car or apartment can see the progress, but you can. At 38, your investment balance reaches approximately $112,000. Then the market begins falling. Within several months, your portfolio drops to around $86,000. You have lost $26,000 on paper, more than you have ever invested in a single year. A coworker named Daniel sells everything because he is afraid the decline will continue. You consider doing the same. Instead, you review the reason you invested. This money is intended for years in the future, not next month. Your emergency fund covers short-term problems, so you do not need to sell investments during the decline. You keep the automatic contributions running. Because prices are lower, the same monthly amount purchases more shares. The market eventually begins recovering. Your balance passes its previous high while Daniel is still waiting for the perfect time to return. You learn an essential rule. A market decline becomes permanent damage only when fear destroys your long-term plan. At 40, your salary increases to $119,000. Your annual living expenses remain close to $61,000. The difference between what you earn and what you spend has become the foundation of your financial progress. You now invest approximately $2,100 each month, plus retirement contributions through work. You're not trying to imitate someone who started at 22. You're building a plan around the life and income you have now. Your strategy focuses on the factors you can control: your savings rate, your investment fees, your asset diversification, your reaction during market declines, your lifestyle expenses, the percentage of every raise you keep. Your portfolio reaches approximately $205,000. Some months, the market adds more than your regular contribution. Your money is finally contributing alongside you. But just as the plan begins feeling secure, real life interrupts it. In March, your father needs medical treatment that insurance will not fully cover. Your share of the bill is $8,600. Fortunately, you have an emergency fund. You pay the expense without selling long-term investments or borrowing through a credit card. 4 months later, your company eliminates your department. You remain unemployed for 11 weeks. During that period, you reduce investing and focus on essential expenses. Eventually, you accept a new position paying slightly less than the previous one. You feel disappointed because your yearly investment target is now impossible, but you do not abandon the system. You temporarily reduce contributions from $2,100 to $700 per month. When your income becomes stable again, you rebuild your emergency fund and gradually increase investing. The lesson is not that a perfect plan survives unchanged. The lesson is that a strong plan can be adjusted without being abandoned. One difficult year does not erase years of good decisions. At 43, your finances are stable again. Your emergency fund covers 7 months of essential expenses. Your investment contributions return to $2,300 per month. Your portfolio reaches approximately $326,000. This time, progress feels different. During strong market years, your investments can grow by tens of thousands of dollars without requiring extra hours at work. You still understand that markets can fall and future returns are never guaranteed. But the system has already survived unemployment, medical expenses, and a serious market decline. You no longer react emotionally to every headline. You review your investments twice a year, rebalance when necessary, and continue contributing automatically. Your focus is no longer on catching every opportunity. It is on avoiding the major mistakes that could destroy years of progress: panic selling, expensive debt, unnecessary fees, and lifestyle inflation. Consistency has become more valuable than excitement. At 45, your employer offers you a senior management position. It would add $24,000 to your annual salary, but it would also require frequent travel, weekend work, and responsibility for a much larger team. Years earlier, you would have accepted immediately. This time, you calculate more than the salary. Your portfolio is approaching $460,000. Your monthly expenses are controlled and your emergency savings are strong. You no longer need to accept every opportunity simply because it pays more. After reviewing the trade-off, you decline the promotion and negotiate a smaller raise in your current role. The decision surprises people around you. But wealth has started giving you something more valuable than possessions: the ability to say no. You continue investing, protect your personal time, and use some of that time to care for your father and improve your health. Money is supporting your life instead of replacing it. At 50, your net worth passes approximately $720,000. It did not happen because you discovered a secret investment. You built it through a repeatable system. You automated contributions, you invested raises before spending them, you maintained an emergency fund, you kept investment costs low, you stayed invested during market declines, you avoided turning every income increase into a new monthly payment. You are not ready to stop working forever, but losing your job would no longer destroy your life. You could take several months off, change careers, work fewer hours, or help your family without immediately depending on debt. That is the freedom you are actually building. Not a luxury car, not an impressive apartment, not an account balance to show other people. You were building control over your time and decisions. You remember that rainy Sunday when you were 34. You remember staring at $6,700 and thinking you had started too late. The truth was simpler. You had started later than planned, but you still had time to act. Your first $550 did not transform your life overnight. It transformed the direction of your life. If you are beginning later than you wanted, do this now. Calculate your current net worth. Build a starter emergency fund. Choose a realistic automatic investment amount. Use diversified, low-cost investments appropriate for your situation. Increase contributions whenever your income grows. Keep short-term savings separate from long-term investments. Review the plan regularly, but do not rewrite it after every frightening headline. You cannot invest money yesterday, but you can prevent another year from disappearing. The most dangerous mistake is not starting late. It's using a late start as a reason to never start at all. So ask yourself, 1 year from today, will I still be calculating what I missed, or will I finally be building what comes next?